All right, a few days ago, I posted a survey. I asked to see whether you guys wanted to see the describe image first or the retell lecture first. Overwhelmingly, people voted to see retell lecture first. So that's what I'm going to give you. Now, either before you watch this or after you watch this, you want to definitely check out the summarized written text template and the summarized spoken text template. And then you're going to see that they're very similar. The words are very similar, and that is by design, because that way, hopefully, it makes it easier in the memorization process, right? I want to call that like an ecosystem, if you will. You see all these tech companies are creating ecosystems where everything is connected. Well, I wanted all the templates to be connected using similar words or exactly the same words. That's all by design. And that's how you also know I wrote that shit. I created it. Ain't no copycats on this side. All right. Now, if you want, follow me on Instagram, Sonny English, and you get more engagement with me. It's easier to post and engage with people on Instagram. YouTube is just for videos, right? So y'all ready for this? Let's get into it. Retell lecture. Here are some of the issues that people bring up when they're attempting this task. First, Sonny, I don't know what to say. Well, I got that covered. What else? Well, Sonny, I can't understand the lecture. That's not going to be a problem. I don't need you to understand the lecture. So those are some of the issues, and whatever else you want to bring up, we're going to fix that in the next few minutes. I told you that this is going to be one of the easiest tasks in the speaking, so let's go. My solution to not knowing what to say or understanding the content is to use a template. So let's take a look at the template first so you know what to listen for. Can you see that most of the words have already been written out for you? Matter of fact, you must have noticed that this template is almost exactly the same as the describe image. Exactly. Do you still think content matters? Hell no. First of all, we must say this at the same speed. This means that we want to be between 25 to 30 seconds here too. Please remind me again why those words are in bold. Stress. We need to stress those words. It is the same as the describe image. Now, what should we do during the lecture? I know. Listen to understand the lecture and the main points. Hell no. But you might be asking, Sonny, what about content? I need you to say this along with me so you remember this. I will put this on the screen. Say it together. Content is the least important part of speaking. Since the describe image and the retell lecture templates are nearly identical, yes, we will apply the same technique, basically say the same thing 9 times. So here's what we're going to do. Or actually, here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to listen to the entire lecture. That's the first part. Don't listen to the entire lecture. Listen to the first 30 seconds and get your words from there. That'll be enough time. Do the words have to be nouns? Hell no. There are no grammar points in the speaking. For this task, write the 7 words down. Don't try to remember them. That is too difficult. Use the remaining time from the lecture to practice. After the beep, say the template and replace the nouns with the words that you wrote down. Once again, we do not care about making sense. Just like the describe image, the best speed is between 25 to 30 seconds. Let's put that into practice. Please take the time to pause the video and copy down the template. Now, since this is so similar to the describe image template, you don't really need to write this one down though. Okay, so this is going to be the first lecture, so lecture 1. Now, sometimes you get an image, sometimes you don't, but I'm going to give you an image just to fill up the screen, so I don't have an empty screen. I'm going to play 30 seconds, and during those 30 seconds, I will be taking down 7 words, and I don't care if they're nouns or not. You can do the same. You can listen along and write down the 7 words that you want. Most of the time, I will get 7 words before 30 seconds, but I will play the entire 30 seconds for you and see if you can get the 7 words. Let's go.
Mental models is a fancy word for concept, and basically you have concepts for everything, sure, right? But there are several concepts, there's about 300 we put in the book, that are just generally useful across all sorts of areas. So, for example, I was a physics major in college. Lots of physics concepts you probably don't care at all about, sure, aren't generally useful. But one that is critical mass. So critical mass was the concept of a mass of material that needs to be there to create a nuclear.
Okay, so that was about 30 seconds. Actually, no, that was exactly 30 seconds. And you can see the words that I took down as the lecture was playing. Hopefully you were able to get 30 seconds as well. And what we want to do is take the time left over from the lecture and start practicing. You're going to start reciting to yourself what you want to say. But basically it's a template, and put these words into the template. And that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to take these words and put it into the template and repeat it back. And I'm going to time myself. Let's go. The lecture is about the topic of models and how concept can play an important role in society. According to the lecture, it mentions that several can be a major aspect that relates to modern society these days, so people must pay close attention to it. In addition, the lecture also indicates that the importance of 300 must not be overlooked because areas may affect example. In conclusion, the lecture shows that college will continue to increase in the future. Once again, this is around the 25-second mark. That's usually where I hit 25 seconds, and the same thing here because it's the same template and the same speed. Now I'm just going to ask you this last time. Did I make any sense? Absolutely not. Do we need to make sense? Absolutely not. That's it. We are good to go. So let's practice a couple more so you understand what we need to do. Next lecture.
There's two terms intermixed here that technically have two different meanings. National languages are the traditional or generally understood languages that coincide with geographic areas or national groups. Those national groups do not always exactly match geopolitical borders. On the other hand, official languages are the legally sanctioned languages that government entities put into place. The World Economic Forum website reported in 2017 that, quote,
Okay, there you have it. There's another 30 seconds of the lecture. I did not play the whole thing. Hopefully you were able to get your 7 words within that 30 seconds. If you were able to see what I did, I got the 7 words way before the 30 seconds were up because I just wrote down every single word that I heard right away. The more time we save, the more time we have to practice. Let's give this a try. The lecture is about the topic of terms and how different can play an important role in society. According to the lecture, it mentions that meaning can be a major aspect that relates to modern society these days, so people must pay close attention to it. In addition, the lecture also indicates that the importance of national must not be overlooked because languages may affect areas. In conclusion, the lecture shows that groups will continue to increase in the future. And it's another one, 25 seconds. So I usually maintain that speed. So when you practice over and over, you should be around the same speed every time. There you have it. This is my solution for anyone that has a problem with the Retell Lecture task. Now, with the describe image and the Retell Lecture taken care of, you can spend that extra time improving the read aloud and the repeat sentence. Let's go.